Hey, this is Neil, walkinthewoods.llc, and this is a short video. I'm demonstrating the ability to watch a video and record the user's reaction at the same time, just using HTML5 and JavaScript. This is something that we're going to have to do on the web version of our application, but the native iOS and Android versions will probably use something different in our Flutter app. But I wanted to see how well it worked, and I started on the iPad, so I'm recording on the iPad, which is a little funky. The iPad screen recording is awesome, but it does have a lot of limitations. So I'm actually recording two audio streams, and I'll see if I can stick those together in the end. We'll see. So this is what I've come up with, and it's really just an HTML5 video tag for the main video, and then we also have an HTML video tag for the webcam preview. And then I've got a couple of buttons for starting and stopping, and those buttons are important because what they actually do is synchronize the recording so that it's recording the person's reaction as the video is playing, because that's the whole point of Surfey, is that you have a video that is the survey, and when you play that video, it records your response, your reactions to it. So the survey is all entirely through the video. And this is just again a raw demonstration. And you can see I'm using Google Cloud Shell. That's another cool thing about it. It does work on the iPad. I'm using an iPad Air in this case. You just need to make sure that you're using the desktop site. See that there? If you use mobile, it's not going to load up. The second thing is when you load Google Cloud Shell, it won't let you run in one window for both the terminal and the editor. So it just gives you a link to open the editor in a new window, so that's why we have two. And there are a couple of fun little snafus with that as well. If you click into type sometimes in the text area, you see the bottom pop up. Sometimes it slides the top of the window up too, and you can just get rid of that by tapping on stuff on the side. Alright, so without further ado, you're going to see this is the video on the left, and then I will appear in the middle.
Imagine the perfect video
With a light behind me, so not great.
Over 10,000
As I talk, you notice the volume of the playback goes down, and that's an iPad feature. The other thing is iPad actually does noise cancellation. I believe we can modify that. There's some settings that I saw, but by default it does noise cancellation, so the resulting video, and we just see that got uploaded, the response won't actually have any of that video playback audio in it. So I hard-coded where the video went right now using the Surfey API and my auth token so that I could just demonstrate this. And this is the recording that we took. With the light behind me, so not great. As I talk, you notice the volume of the playback goes down, and that's an iPad. So what I wanted you to notice there is you can't actually hear the original video, the commercial playing there. The iPad cancels it out. So that's pretty cool, and also kind of annoying at the same time if you wanted to have both of those in the same package so you could analyze both of them. Yeah, so that's it. If you want to know how this is done, I'm just going to run through it really quick. So again, having the video tag, when you click on the start button, which I just wired up at the very bottom using event listeners for click on start and stop buttons. And so I have two functions, on start and on stop. And this took a little bit of figuring out, but really the key thing here is you want to get user media and make sure you can do both video and audio. And if the user says no, then you get an exception. Then I set the webcam preview video tag to the stream that I get from the webcam recording there. And as soon as that happens, then I play the main video and I start at the beginning. And then I have a media recorder which takes that stream from the webcam, and as data is available, it pushes this into this global chunks array. It's really important then that when you want to save the chunks, that you do that from an event, and that's on stop. So when we click on stop, which is also what I set when the video ends playback, it will call this automatically. We stop the recording here, but we don't try to save the chunks. If you do that, you'll notice chunks is blank because the browser caches like a mofo, and it's just not, the chunks is going to be blank. You need to handle that on stop when it's flushed the data into this on data available, and then therefore goes into the chunks array, and then we can upload those. And then it's just a simple fetch. We're doing a put, and we take the blob that we created with those chunks. So we're just saying, hey, each of these binary things, that whole thing together is a video MP4. And I'm going to put that to this address, which is a video that I own. And right now I'm kind of hacking it up. I'm saying I don't want a redirect. I'm not. So that would normally, if you go over the max payload in our API, it will redirect you to a signed URL. So I don't want to do that because I'm just testing here. And I set the content type and do a put and pass in the blob as the body, and that is it. There you have it. So pretty cool.